Trump Game here, coming at you on another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com, off of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. I got a question from somebody, and they wanted to know, I think they looked at a couple of my previous videos, and they wanted to know, what do I mean when I say women hit a wall? And when I say, in the previous videos, when I say women hit a wall, what I mean by that is every woman is aware of this on some level. What that really means is women just don't look the way they used to look. Now, what happens is see, the older women get, a lot of women tend to put on weight. They don't get a lot of attention from guys as they age. They don't take care of themselves. You got a lot of women out here that, when they're younger, they're hot, they're fresh. They're getting all the attention. They got guys on speed dial. And as they age, a lot of women, unfortunately, they aren't blessed with those genetics for as far as longevity is concerned. So everybody knows a woman that they went to high school with, and in high school she was smoking, right? And if you see her 10 years later, she weighed 300 pounds or 250. She might be 5'4" and weigh 250 pounds. And now when you see her, she wants to give you the phone number, but back then she wouldn't give you the time of the day. That's a good example of a woman hitting a wall. It's like when they let themselves go, they tend to lower their standards. They lower the bar. So now, a lot of these women probably had a couple kids, and now they're interested in talking to you now because they know, since they've had kids, that they can't be so picky. So now they want you to be Captain Save-A-Hole, and you're supposed to accept them with all their baggage. And a lot of these women have a sense of entitlement that I've learned over the years, because if you tell them, or if they find out that you don't want to talk to them or have anything to do with them because they have 2-3 kids, maybe she's divorced or whatever, but if they find out that you don't want to talk to them or have anything to do with them, they feel a certain type of way about that. They have an attitude about that. But that's my prerogative. I didn't say anything when I didn't make too much of it when you didn't give me the time of the day when we were in college or high school. So how come it's a problem when I say what my standards are? And see, that's what I'm talking about. And see, what happens is a lot of these women, in my opinion, waste a lot of time. Because, a lot of them went to college, they partied, and when they got out of college, they kept on partying. And see, a lot of women, once they hit late 20s, they're looking to settle down and get married and have kids. And, the more a woman ages, it becomes very risky and much more difficult to have kids. And see, a lot of these women know that it's a small window. So you might have some of the most attractive looking women, they're still single, because a lot of them have bought into that fairy tale way of thinking in La La Land, thinking that if they go to college they'll meet the man of their dreams and they'll get married and have kids in a house with a nice picket fence. And what happens is the majority of these women, it doesn't work out for them like that. And a lot of these women, I know that some of them get depressed. And this has a lot to do with how a lot of women act when you meet them, because they're on the clock. That clock is ticking for a lot of these women. Because when they hit early 30s, you know, they start having like a different demeanor, you know, kind of like what they expect out of a guy and what the guy has to have. So they got all these rules and all these conditions of what they expect out of a guy. And the only reason why most of these women are acting like this is because they want to get married. Because they've just like I said, they bought into the illusion that somehow they were supposed to be married already, but it didn't happen for them. And now they're trying to, you know, strong arm their way into, you know, finding the guy that they really want. And they know they're not going to really find the guy that they want the older they get. So they'll take a certain type of guy under certain conditions, even though they might not even be into the guy. But if he's willing to be the little sucker and get married to her, she'll take it. She'll take him. You know? So, see, a lot of these women are just, you know, kind of irrational and kind of have, you know, unbelievable expectations as they age. A lot of them kind of, I think a lot of them kind of lose their minds, especially in the 30s, you know, because they start acting a little, the expectations, it supersedes almost every guy they meet. Because, you know, and you know these women, because they'll say, oh, I can't find a man. You know, they'll say stuff like every guy they meet is something wrong with them. I mean, if every guy you meet something's wrong with him, there's no way. It has to be you. You know, these are the women that, you know, they bought into that lie in the beginning, and as they get into the 30s and 40s, you know, they still hoping that they're going to meet that one guy that's going to sweep them off their feet. And it doesn't, for the majority of them, it's not going to happen, because they've wasted too much time in the beginning, and they weren't even thinking right in the beginning, because they drunk their own Kool-Aid. And, you know, this, and a lot of them have let themselves go. So they have kids, and a lot of the women that I went to college, high school with, you know, by the time I was ready to settle down, they were getting a divorce. So by the time I was ready to settle down, I was in my 30s, and they were getting a divorce. And a lot of these women, they're fat, overweight, out of shape, got 2, 3, 4 kids, divorced. So now a lot of these women are looking to get married again. So I'm looking at them like, I can't do nothing for you. You know, I mean, it is what it is. So that's what I mean when I say some women hit the wall. And a lot of women, you know, they have a fear of this. You know, it's kind of like a lot of women have a sense of entitlement. They think certain things supposed to go a certain type of way. And if it doesn't go a certain type of way, it's like, it's always, they start pointing the finger, they start blaming people. Some of them get depressed. And you got some beautiful women out here that are single, that are probably never going to get married. And you have some of them, they'll date some guys that are entertainers, athletes, rappers and singers, and that doesn't work out. And then they'll probably go back to the guys that's got careers or working a 9-to-5, and that doesn't work out either. And a lot of women just can't figure it out, to be honest. You know, because some of them will say, well, I'm not the worst looking chick in the world, but I ain't the best either. And see, a lot of the older women know that they can't compete with the younger girls. They know this. See what happens, a lot of women today that you more than likely going to meet, that a lot of them have been ran through. They've done met a bunch of guys, and what has happened, see, a lot of women they want women's rights. They want to be able to do what they want, when they want, how they want, without being judged. But at the same time, they want a guy to accept all of that comes along with them as well. But I'm here to tell you that if you're a woman listening to me right now, that's probably not going to happen. Most guys, if they find out that you've been ran through, been dated a bunch of guys, and then guys ran train on you, and you went to all these parties where it was swingers and people having this wild and crazy sex majority of your life in college and after college. I'm here to tell you, most guys are not going to accept that. Most guys are going to look at you like, they won't know what to think. But they only know one thing. They don't want to be with you. So see, they wanted to have the option, have more rights, make more money and all that good stuff. But you can't have it all. They want the power to do this, they want the power to do that. But you should seek balance. That's what you should seek. If too much of one thing is not good, is never good. Too much of one thing is never good. You should seek balance. You shouldn't seek to take over the whole damn pie. And that's a mistake that a lot of women make. And that's why a lot of women have a sense of entitlement. That's where it comes from. That's where, the sense of entitlement, and a lot of women think that the guy should accept them with all their baggages and flaws. That's where all that comes from. Because they had it in their mind a long time ago that these are the way things are supposed to be for me. And if it doesn't work out in the way that they want, then that's when they feel like they're disappointed. So if you like what you heard, subscribe to my channel, check out my blog, chooseyourrelationships.com, share this video. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.